Okay, so physical methods for the immobilization. We have already seen what is mean by the immobilization of the enzymes and the different kinds of the cells. Okay, so what is mean by the enzyme immobilization? Yes, what is mean by the enzyme immobilization? It is a process of confining the enzyme molecule or attaching the enzyme molecule to the particular solid support, or we can call it as a carrier. Okay, and over it we can pass out their substrate, and after reaction with this enzyme, that substrate is converted into the product. So this is proper definition of the enzyme immobilization. And what is immobilized enzyme? An immobilized enzyme, it is a enzymes whose movement are restricted. Okay, immobilized enzyme means what? The enzyme whose movement restricted. Okay, yes, so we have seen what is mean by the immobilization, what are the different types of the immobilization, then what are the different carrier systems you can be used, what are the properties of the carrier system, how you can choose the good carrier. Okay, all these types or all these things we have seen in the last lecture. So this lecture is about the types of the immobilization. Okay, so there are two types of the immobilization, physical and the chemical. Okay, so in the physical method, the first type is nothing but the adsorption. Okay, adsorption means adsorption. What is meaning by the adsorption? Means just attaching your enzymes to the carrier or your support system, and this is a direct attachment. Okay, in between there is a nothing. So directly you have to attach your enzyme to the your carrier molecule. That carrier molecule, it should be organic or inorganic. So what are the organics and inorganic we have seen in the last lecture, right? So what is mean by this adsorption? Just attaching your enzyme physically to the carrier molecule, and this attachment is with the help of the weak interactions always. Okay, weak interactions means what? Like the van der Waal interaction, hydrogen bonds. Okay, means enzyme attaches to the carrier molecule or a particular solid support with the help of the weak interactions. Now, which type of the carriers you can use? You can use the silica, then cellulose, then the bentonites. Okay. And what types of the enzymes which are already immobilized by using this method? These are the catalase and the invertase. Okay. So, what actually happen in this physical adsorption method? Okay, as I told you, the enzymes are directly physically attached to the carrier molecule with the help of the weak interactions. What type of the weak interactions? Like the hydrogen interactions or coordinate covalent interactions. Okay, or maybe there is a combinations of many more interaction system, but that interaction systems are the weak interactions. Okay, so you can easily remove your enzyme molecule from the your carrier by just breaking the weak interactions. Okay, yes. So which type of the carriers you can use? Okay, you can use the different types of the porous carbon, then the clay material. Okay, or hydrous methyl oxide. Okay, or aromatic resins, polymeric aromatic resins. These are some adsorbent. Adsorbent means what? Your solid support or your carrier molecule. Okay, this type of the carrier molecule you can use. Yes, and this adsorption method, it is either external or internal. Okay, means either you can attach your enzyme on the external surface of that carrier, or you can attach that enzyme to the internal surface of that carrier. Okay, these are the two types, either external or internal. So if you attach your enzyme on the external surface, right? If you attach your enzyme on the external surface, then this is the advantageous method. Okay, but each and every method has some advantage and disadvantage. So if you attach your enzyme on the external surface, then what is the advantage is that means your substrate can directly interact with your enzyme. Okay, and if you attach that enzyme to the internal surface, then what happens that that your substrate has to pass or diffuse from that material. Okay, diffuse from that carrier molecule to reach up to your enzyme. Okay, so this is the disadvantage of the internal system. Okay, means poor diffusion. Poor diffusion means what? For the reaction, your substrate has to come in contact with the enzyme, right? So if your enzyme is present on the external surface of the carrier or external surface of the solid support, then the interaction of the substrate and this enzyme is very easy, right? But if your enzyme is present inside that solid support or inside that carrier, then for the reaction with the substrate, your substrate has to come inside of that carrier, right? So to come inside, that substrate has to diffuse through that carrier. So this poor diffusion is one of the problem when the adsorption is in the internal method. Okay, yes. And what is the disadvantage when we attach our enzyme on the external surface is that that enzyme exposed to the microbial attack. Okay, as it is present on the external surface, so you cannot control anything. Microorganism come and attack on that enzyme. Okay, so this is the risk or this is the disadvantages of the external system. Okay, yes. So in the adsorption method also, there are the different 4 kinds. By using these 4 processes, you can adsorb your enzyme to the solid support. Okay, so what are these 4 processes? Static, dynamic, reactor, and electrodeposition. Okay, so static, in its name only. Static means what? Steady. Okay, steady means एकाच जागेवर असणार आहे. Okay, so static process means what? Here, enzyme is immobilized just by allowing it with the contact with the carrier without any agitation. Agitation means what? Agitation means shaking. Okay, so without any shaking. Shaking म्हणजे काय की मिक्स करणे. Okay, so without any agitation means without any mix up. Here in static means steady, so your enzyme is just immobilized. How? By just allowing it with the contact with your carrier molecule. Here there is a no agitation, no mix up is occurs. Now says the agitation is there. Agitation by using what? By using the mechanical shaker. Means here the particular shaker system is used. In that shaker system, your sorry, enzyme is added and your carrier is added, and after addition of this both, your mechanical shaker will shake, agitate, and due to this agitation your enzyme is adsorbed onto your carrier molecule. Now reactor loading means what? Here the reactor is used for the agitation. Okay, so the same thing, your carrier molecule is placed into the reactor at the base. Okay, and your enzyme solution is poured onto that carrier molecule. Okay, and after enzyme is poured, the reactor is start, and after the reactor is start, it will start to agitate. Okay, and through this way your enzyme is immobilized onto that carrier molecule. Next one is the electrodeposition. In its name only, electrodeposition means electrical current is used. Okay, yes, so here the carrier is placed in the vicinity of the electrode. Okay, in an enzyme bath. Okay, so one what we can say, one beaker or one system is taken. In that system the enzyme is already present. Okay, and you add a particular type of the electrode, and you place your carrier into that enzyme bath. Okay, and you put on the electric current. After electric current is put on, then the electrode will be charged and the enzyme will attracted towards the carrier. Okay, like this. So this is known as the electrodeposition. So in this way your enzymes are attached to the carrier molecule. So these are the four methods by which you can immobilize your enzyme onto the carrier molecule. This comes under the adsorption method. Okay. Yes. So this is the proper figure. You can able to see. This is your porous solid support. Your solid support should be porous. Okay. Why? Because your adsorption can be internal or external. So if you attach your enzyme on this side, okay, on the internal side, then your substrate has to diffuse into inside and then it will react with the enzyme. Now, yes. So for that purpose, your adsorbent molecule, your carrier molecule, or your solid support, it should be porous. Okay, this is a very important. Then your enzyme attaches to your carrier with the help of the weak interactions. Okay, here only the external thing is shown, but internally also you can attach your okay. Yes. Now, advantage and disadvantages of the system. uh, Advantages is that maybe here somewhat little or no conformation changes is occurs in the enzyme. Why? Because you are not playing with the enzyme, you are just putting that enzyme onto the carrier, and that enzyme is attached to the carrier with the help of weak interactions. Okay, so there is a no chances of the conformation changes in the enzyme. It is a very simple and a cheap method, right? No reagents are required for this process. So before we have seen the four types. Now in that four types also you didn't use any another reagent. You just use your carrier and your enzyme, and you just attaching it by means of the different method like the steady method, then the electrodeposition, or the agitation method, reactor method. Okay, so here you are not going to use any reagent. It is a wide applicability and capable of high enzyme loading. So you can adsorb the high enzyme on the carrier molecule. So what is the disadvantage? Disadvantage is that this is a slow method, and the desorptions of the enzyme protein resulting from the changes in the temperature, pH, and the ionic strength. Yes, of course, if your enzyme is immobilized on the external surface, and if there is any changes occurs in the environment, the temperature, pH, the ionic strength, it will affect the activity of your enzyme. Okay, so this is your one main disadvantages. Some more disadvantages are here mentioned, like it should gives a low surface area for the binding. Yes, because if you take in consideration of the external binding, so whatever the surface area of that carrier, on that surface area only it can bind. Okay, so it will give the low surface area for the binding. Exposure of the enzyme to the microbial attack. Yes, it is exposed to the environment, so microorganisms attack on the enzyme. Yields are often low due to the inactivations and the desorptions. Okay, inactivation and the desorption due to what? To the changing temperature, pH of the surrounding. Okay, due to this the enzyme may changes its activity, and you will get the low yield. Okay, advantage is what? It is a simple and economical. Loss of activity. It can be recycled, regenerated, and the reused. Okay, this is all about the adsorption method. Now, the second method is the covalent bonding. Okay, this is a very simple adsorption method, but in the adsorption method, your enzyme binds to your carrier with the help of the weak interactions, the van der Waals forces, or the hydrogen bonding. Okay, in the covalent bonding, your enzyme is attached to your surface or the your carrier molecule with the help of covalent bond. Okay, so yes, covalent bonding is same, just covalent bond is included over here. Okay, what is the difference between the adsorption method and covalent bonding? Adsorption method, there is a weak interaction in between the enzymes and the carrier, but in the covalent bonding there is a weak interaction. There is a no weak interaction. There is a just a covalent bonding between your enzyme and your solid support. Okay. Yes. So in the covalent bonding or covalent binding, you can abbreviate anyway. So in the covalent bonding, it is most widely used method for the immobilization of the enzymes. Okay, in which the covalent bonds are created yes, and the most common technique is to activate a cellulose support with the cyanogen bromide, uh, which is then mixed with the enzyme. Okay, so to activate means what? That your enzyme is attaches to support. Okay, now how it is attaches to the support? It attaches with the covalent bond. Now how the covalent bond will form? Covalent bond will form by the enzyme, right? So enzymes has many functional group. Which type of the functional group? Like amino, carboxylic, phenol ring, indole group. Okay, this type of the functional groups are present on the enzyme. Now what is mean by enzyme? Enzymes are nothing but the all enzymes are the protein, right? And your protein is made up of from the amino acids. So these groups are present in the amino acid. I think you remembered all these things. Okay, so enzymes also contain this type of the functional group. So this type of the functional group are responsible to form the covalent bond with the your carrier molecule. Okay, yes, yes. Which functional group like amino, carboxylic, sulfhydryl, hydroxyl, disol, phenolic, thiol. This type of the functional group of the enzymes are responsible to form the covalent bond. Okay. So what is the advantages of advantage is that the binding force between the enzyme and carrier is so strong that no leakage of the enzymes is occurs. Yes. Why? Because covalent bond is a strong bond. Okay, because it is a strong bond, these enzymes are tightly bound to your carrier molecule, right? So it will not do any leakage of enzymes either in the presence of substrate also, or either ionic strength is increase or decrease, or pH is increase or decrease. Enzyme will not leak. Enzyme remain tightly to your support. Why? Because it is a covalent bond. Now, what is by the yes? What is disadvantage? Disadvantage is that covalent binding it may alter the conformational structure and the active center of the enzyme. Now, your functional group of the enzyme is responsible to form the covalent bond, right? And after forming the covalent bond, sometimes in the some enzymes, what happen that conformation changes of that enzyme is occurs, and due to the conformation changes, there is a very slightly change of the active site is occurs. Okay, and due to this, its productivity will decrease. Okay, so this is a disadvantage of the covalent bonding. Now again, advantage and disadvantage, the same things are mentioned. Disadvantage is what? Only small amount of the enzyme may be immobilized. Okay, means amount about 0.02 grams per gram of the matrix. Means for the 1 gram of the solid support, you can only immobilize 0.02 gram of enzyme. Okay, so this ratio is very less. Yes. Next one is the ionic bonding. Ionic bonding, same as that of the covalent bonding, but in the covalent bonding, covalent bond is formed between the enzyme and your solid support. But in the ionic bonding, ionic bond is formed in between your enzyme and the solid support. Okay. So which type of the solid supports are used? DEAE Safedax, DEAE cellulose, Dolan 50, carboxymethyl cellulose, and amberlite. Okay, this type of the support systems are used for the ionic bonding. Now the same support systems are used for the column chromatography. Okay, and these materials are the porous material. Okay, these same materials are used in the column chromatography also, and the same material are used for the ionic bonding also. Now what are the advantages and disadvantages? Advantages are ionic bonding, it is of the low cost. Yes, its regeneration is possible. Why? Because it is a porous material. Okay, preparation is easy. Okay, there means there is a no headache to prepare this material. It is very easily prepared. Overall enzyme activity is high in this process. Disadvantage is what? It's not fit for the industrial use. Means you cannot use this method for the industrial purpose or for the mass production. Okay, so you cannot use it. Ionic means you just use for the laboratory purpose. Okay, you cannot use it for the large scale. Ionic interaction between the substrate and the enzyme, it disturbs the enzyme activity. Okay, as I told you, same as that of the covalent bonding also. After binding of your enzyme to the carrier, there is some conformation changes is occurs, and there is a slightly changes occurs in the active site of the enzyme. So that what happen, that activity of the enzyme will remain or will changes. Okay, just wait a minute. Okay, so this is the advantage and disadvantage. Now we have seen up till now we have seen the three methods. Okay, adsorption, covalent bonding, ionic bonding. Now the fourth method is a cross linking. Okay, cross linking, it is also method of the immobilization of the enzyme. Okay, in this method also the covalent bond, it may form or may not form. Okay, it may form between the enzymes and your support system. Okay, and for that purpose here the reagents are used. Okay, simply you cannot attach or you cannot cross link your enzyme with your support system. To happen this process, you will require some helper molecule. And what is that helper? That helper is nothing but your reagent. Okay, you will require different types of the reagents, and basically the reagent used is glyceraldehyde. Okay, glyceraldehyde is used to immobilize your enzyme, okay, by means of the cross linking process. And in the cross linking also, the enzymes are attached to each other with the help of covalent bonding. Okay, yes, and after cross linking it will form the aggregate like this. I have shown you in the figure. Okay, so these are the aggregates of the enzymes and your solid support. Okay, yes, It is used mostly as a mean of stabilizing adsorb enzymes and also for preventing the leakage from the polyacrylamide gel. So basically for the cross-linking purpose, the particular gel system or the solid system or the support system is used. It is of the polyacrylamide gel, PAG. Okay, so this polyacrylamide gel system is used, and in this polyacrylamide gel, your enzyme is entrapped. Oh, sorry, your enzyme is cross-linked. Okay, yes. So by cross-linking, the particular three-dimensional structure is produced, and this is called as the aggregate of the enzyme. This aggregate is insoluble in the water. Okay, and to form these particular reagents are required that are known as the multifunctional reagents. And what is the function of this multifunctional reagent? It helps the enzyme to link to each other with the help of covalent bond. So this yellow color one now, this is a covalent bond, and to form this covalent bond, the reagents is required, that is nothing but the glyceraldehyde, and this enzyme forms the covalent bond with each other to form a three-dimensional structure. Okay, yes, and it is also called as the enzyme aggregate, which is a water insoluble. Yes, sorry, it is not glyceraldehyde, it is glutaraldehyde. Okay, glutaraldehyde, this reagent is used. Okay, so basically, first of all, this is your free enzyme. Okay, free enzyme by using this glutaraldehyde method or by using this glutaraldehyde, you can make a aggregates of this enzyme. Okay, by with the help of covalent bonds and all that things. Okay, so this is your cross linking process. So advantage and disadvantage. Advantages are here enzymes are very strongly bound to your support system, or they are very strongly cross linked with each other, right? So here very little desorptions of the enzyme will occur, and it has a higher stability. Okay, yes. Disadvantage is what? It is not cost effective. It requires the more amount to immobilize the enzyme by using this method. Cross-linking, it may cause significant change in the active site. So it may alters your active site. Okay, this is about the cross-linking. Now the fifth type of the immobilization is nothing but the entrapment. Now in its name only, entrapment means what? You have to entrap your enzyme in particular support system. Okay, so with the help of figure you can imagine. Okay, so this is your capsule like structure or droplet like structure. Okay, in that droplet like structure you have to entrap your enzyme, right? And this is a lattice like structure. In the lattice like structure you have to entrap your enzyme. This yellow color one is your enzyme. Okay, so this method is known as the entrapment method. Now, in the entrapment method, the enzymes or the cells, okay, they are not directly attached to the support. Here, there is a no bonding. Okay, remember this. In the entrapment method, there is a no any direct bonding in between your enzyme and your support system. Okay, your enzyme is just entrapped in between your support system. There is a no any physical bonding. Yes, but it is just simply trapped into the polymer matrix. So what type of plate support is used here? Polymer matrix. Okay, this type of the solid support is used here. Now, enzymes are held or entrapped into the suitable gels or the fibers. It is done in a such a way that to retain the protein while allowing the penetration of the substrate. Okay, means this gel material or this thing is in a such a way that the penetration of substrate is allowed in between. Okay, it can be classified into the lattice and the microcapsule type. Yes, so this is the lattice structure, okay, and this is the capsule like structure or droplet like structure. Now how it has happened: inclusion in the gels like polyacrylamide gel, polyvinyl alcohol gels, this type of the gels are used. Then the fibers, which type of the fiber, cellulose or polyacrylamide gel fibers are used. Then the microcapsule, to form the microcapsule, the polyamine or the polybasic acid chloride monomers are used. Okay, got my point? Entrapment means what? Just entrap your enzyme into the polymer matrix. Here there is a no physical bonding in between the your matrix or solid support and your enzyme. Yes, the same things are mentioned over here. Entrapment means what? Just entrapping of your enzyme into the polymer matrix. So how it is done? Okay, to done this, what you have to do, you have to mix, you have to take a biocatalyst solution. Biocatalyst solution means what? You have to take an enzyme in the one beaker, and then you have to take a monomeric solution. For example, you are using the uh, polyacrylamide, okay, means PAG. Then you have to take the monomers of that PAG, okay, into the one beaker, and to that monomer you have to add your biocatalyst, means you have to add your enzyme solution. After adding the enzyme solution, you have to change the temperature or there is some chemical reaction is happening, and these monomers are results to form the polymer. Okay, monomer means what? Single unit. Polymer, poly means many, mer. Mer means what? Unit. Okay, so this monomer are binds to each other to form a polymer. Okay, that reaction is known as the polymerization, and during this polymerization reaction your enzyme is entrapped in between your gel or in between your matrix. Got the point how the entrapment processes occur? First of all, you have to take your enzyme into the one beaker, and you have to take the monomer solution, means monomer of what? Monomer of whatever you, means monomer of the solid support, means what polymers. In between your uh, solids. Now it may causes the matrix polymerization, precipitation or coagulation. Okay, entrapment in the calcium alginate is most widely used entrapment method. Okay, so calcium alginate is mostly used for the entrapment of these enzymes or entrapment of the plant cells, okay, or the animal cells or the microorganisms. So for the entrapment of these cells or enzymes, this calcium alginate is most widely used. Okay, yes. Then the types of entrapment. There are many, I think one or two types of the entrapment. Okay, occlusion within the cross-linked gel. Now, what actually happened in this method? Okay, so in this method, the highly cross-linked gel is formed as a result of polymerization. Okay, means the same thing, you have to add your enzyme to the